Next up, we have Heidi, who's going to be talking about the three-step networking strategy. And most of us who are on this call are super into networking, obviously. So this is going to be a super great talk for all of us to learn how to do it better. So thank you, Heidi.
Right. Well, yeah, after hearing about all those podcasts, you can use networking to get on podcasts, by the way, everyone. Anyone here love using virtual networking for connecting with your ideal clients? Raise your hand, drop me in the chat, whatever. Yes, I think that's probably everybody here. Well, I'm going to share with you today my three-step networking strategy that has been the shortcut for connecting with qualified leads, speaking gigs, and clients faster than posting content on social media, because you get to meet and talk to people in real time, which builds trust and relationship so much faster. Now, I'll admit, when I first got into virtual networking events, I thought they were a waste of time. And maybe that's some of you guys here. You probably find it annoying. People ramble on about themselves, going over time, ignoring that you didn't get to speak. They only turn on their cameras when it's their turn to talk. The coffee chats. I'm going to tell you, I hated all the coffee chats because it was people who just wanted to sell me their offer and not build relationships, which is what networking is about. But then I ended up in a networking event that left me buzzing off the energy, off the vibe. I mean, it was actually the first time I even got offered a speaking gig from a networking event. And it was even the first time someone actually signed up for my lead magnet. They were there for not just themselves. But that was also the day when I realized my mistake. The problem is I wasn't strategically picking the right events. Instead, I was accepting any invite that came along, which is actually a blessing in disguise because it's what led to me creating the three-step networking strategy that I'm sharing with you here today. And before I get too deep, let me give you a brief bit about me. I'm Heidi. I'm a social media marketing strategist and business coach who helps service providers and coaches create marketing that turns online connections into paying clients and collaborations simply by talking to people using content, networking, and live events. Now, tell me, have any of you signed clients, speaking gigs, or both from virtual networking? Raise your hand, let me know in the chat. Yes, probably a lot of us here, right? You're in our audience. For those of us, if you haven't done that and you aren't sure that virtual networking works, about half the room just raised their hand. So take inspiration from that, because I can tell you that I regularly grow my email list, sign clients, get invited to podcast summits and guest trainings from networking events, all by using my three-step networking strategy. I've even been as the guest speaker at a networking event, only 11 people live. This was in July 2023. I assigned 5 clients from that event, made over 11,000 in sales, and booked 2 more speaking gigs literally from that one event a year ago. Now, notice that did take a year. So that's why step number 3 of my strategy is following up. So the three-step strategy that I use to use it, step number 1 is I choose the right networking events. You've got to be in the right place at the right time. And then I practice my elevator pitch, and I come prepared with a goal to connect, have more conversations, and to be memorable. And then finally, step number 3, I have that follow-up plan that includes DM messages and is strongly minded to continue building the relationship. Now, as you may have guessed from seeing that I attended that first event a little over a year ago, the follow-up is what made all that magic happen. I made the connection first, showing up like a badass, follow-up, and they became the paying clients. Now, of course, this is only the highlights of my three-step marketing strategy. I've only got 5 minutes here, so if you're a VIP member, though, I put the full strategy in the vault along with some kick-ass prizes. If you don't already have it, make sure you get your ticket. And by the way, I haven't done a coffee chat in years. I hated them so bad, I say no to all of them. The only thing I do now is collaboration calls. Talk about a freaking game changer, because it sets a whole different vibe and purpose for the call. no pitches, only purpose is to collaborate and see where the magic is to make together. It's helped me build kick-ass relationships with amazing peers, and everyone shows up relaxed because they know no one is going to be pitching them. So who here is going to start doing collaboration calls instead of coffee chats after this? Yes, right. Raise your hands. Awesome. Well, I love telling you about that. Thank you all for your time. And I'm going to drop into the comments my links.
Yes, yes, yes. I changed my networking calls to collaboration chats after Heidi was on our last summit. Love it. It feels so much better. So I encourage you all to make that adjustment in your calendar, is call it a collaboration chat.